don't want to be afraid. Hard not to hesitate.
Well, the South Baltic program opened an opportunity for the museums to promote their resources and themselves as institutions preserving natural heritage in the region. And for the scientific partners like our university or the university in Stralsund, it was a chance of supporting the museums in achieving this goal by delivering IT applications, solutions and our expertise. The Baltic Museums 2.0 project was the online information platform, which is a website comprising all useful and important information about the museums, the partners of the project, and also it is a source of knowledge and fun for kids and as well as adults, because there is this website for Kids Zone and panoramic galleries. So there are many interesting elements which could be used by public for gaining knowledge, also for visitors planning a visit to one of the museums, and to just amuse themselves in the topic of sea and the natural heritage of the Baltic Sea. We together saw a chance of promoting the natural heritage of the South Baltic region, focusing on the oceanographic museums and using the financial support of the South Baltic region. And then the other partners from Gdynia Aquarium, from the Lithuanian Sea Museum and the Russian Museum of the World Ocean were also invited to cooperate.
Every city on the Baltic Sea lives from the relationship to the other side of Baltic Sea. That means ferry transport are very traditional route for economic and social development. That means we had to improve this relationship to Scandinavia, and therefore we developed the Interface project. We solved very daily questions of the cross-border passenger transport. Normally, transport planners, transport managers think in cargo categories, and we thought in a human category. Baltic Sea and its developments is strongly related to human connections, to personal connection, not to technical connection. And we solved the human and the technical problems joined together. Our main goal in the Interface project was and is the cross-border, transnational, regional integration. That means we aimed to use the Baltic Sea as a connecting element and not as a separating element. We integrated regional planner, urban planner, transport planner, marketing experts, transport experts. So we built up an international transdisciplinary team and we added each other.
We are standing on the crest of our research dike of the Dredge Dikes project.
You are like the winter sun
I think in the South Baltic region we have similar problems with dredged material, with materials, sediments in water bodies that have to be dredged and taken out of the water body. And on the other side, we need flood protection in the whole of the South Baltic region, and also dikes as flood protection constructions. And so on the one side we have the surplus of materials which are legally a waste but which shall be recovered, and on the other side we have a great need of construction material. And this together is the need for such a project.
Moment by moment, meditatively, stillness, snow drifting to reverie. When is unfolding, waking your soul set free.
Is a technology for the whole of the South Baltic area, maybe not the south of Sweden because there are no dredged materials and no dikes. But for Denmark we also included a Danish partner during the project lifetime to investigate different dredged materials from Denmark with respect to their suitability for dike construction. And so there is an issue also, and in Poland there's the same problem, similar materials, and if they're processed as in Rostock, they can always be used in dike construction if the geotechnical parameters are suitable.
Our major focus is of course industry, so we've been aiming at developing the competences and technological solutions for enabling the business models in the region based on LNG. We also been facilitating the business partnerships necessary to develop the business models of LNG in the region. But I think our main result is a very interactive industry network. I mean, after evaluation of the project, we have calculated what would be the business spin-off projects of our project, or that our project been having a very huge influence on it, and we calculated the direct influence on business projects worth of 46 million euros altogether.
Just what we need, much less than it seems. Is gluttony pushing us over?
We were getting the first domestic ferry in the EU running on the LNG, and the project is all about creating new infrastructure at sea, and of course we were interested in getting help and expertise in getting this project off the ground. So we were contacted by the talented project people and asked if we were interested in participating. And as it so happened, we were in need of getting, buying a shore-to-ship bunkering station for this new LNG ferry. And the project itself was all about making this happen. So we got a lot of technical assistance to getting the EU tender out and writing what we actually wanted to get out of this, and running the tender and getting the contract signed and getting the project off ground. We got the knowledge to actually make a tender to get companies to bid on this piece of infrastructure, and that's where we got the assistance. We have a lot of added value since there are so few people or few sites in Europe working within this area. collaborating with colleagues and project partners around the EU is very helpful. Get a lot of inspiration, and also you get new contacts, new business possibilities when we are working, you would say, in a broader geographic area. So.
I read about it in my union paper that came home with the mail, and it was a really small ad that there was a project going on, and they were looking for students with a maritime background. And since I have a degree in marine biology and coastal ecology from the University of Plymouth, I decided to give it a try. I looked into it at the webpage, and we would go to different countries, explore the maritime industry in different countries and see what the needs were around the Baltic Sea and in Sweden. And I was at the time having a job, a non-qualified job, a part-time job as well. So I was outside of my maritime field completely, and I wanted to get back into that. So I figured it's just my last chance to do something with my degree. Before I participated in Generation Balt, I had sort of lost touch with the maritime industry. I had 2 children, and I was away from that line of work for a very long time. And the course sort of gave me a key back into the business again. So I got the contacts, I got the confidence, and I applied for a job which I wouldn't even have dared to apply for. It was life-changing for me, because all of a sudden I had a salary that I could live off, which wasn't really the case before. And I get to explore different opportunities within the maritime industry that I didn't even have a chance to do before I got into the internship and the course. I've grown personally and professionally a lot.
Sun shine.